So, since I missed a month, I'm going to give you a sneak little peek what we've been working on for the last month. And we've also been working on this project. But before I carry on, let's just get to the video. At least once a year, I try to dedicate one of my 12 videos to helping the planet become a better place. And today we'll be talking about why we need trees and the sun and oxygen and how all those things are generated. But unfortunately, the tree population is narrowing every single day because of global warming and wildfires and people cutting down trees. And as a community, we need to stand up, make sure we still have enough oxygen to breathe for the rest of human being population. Logan, what do you think of global warming?
I think just all of us are killing animals like a lot. Air pollution, ocean pollution.
And what do you think you've done in this global warming problem to help?
Well, when we're at home, we don't eat meat at all, so we've gone vegetarian at home completely. Because I know that's like not the best, and I know like how people kill the animals to get that type of meat, and it's not right. And I think what I've helped to do is replanting, like in our garden, as many seeds as we can. And once I spilled a whole bunch of seeds in our old garden, and a whole bunch like bushes started to grow. And I was super happy. And I said, okay, I'm tempted to just go around in dry places, water it, and just throw seeds around. So it can grow trees, so the earth can live, because we're the ones that are stuffing it up.
Alright, so I'm one of Paul's friends, and I'm going to be helping him do this video on deforestation and global warming. And I'm going to be telling you a bit about deforestation and global warming. So, sea levels are rising by the day because the planet is getting hotter, which is dangerous, and it has submerged many lands. It is imperative to stop global warming and climate change. We'll try our best to curb it. Using public transport instead of private vehicles per person is an alternative to try out to help curb global warming. It is essential to spread awareness about global warming and climate change. The burning of trees is one of the fastest processes of deforestation. Deforestation helps and promotes the increase of greenhouse gases like CO2, which are hazards as well as dangerous. Trees actually reduce soil erosion to almost zero levels, which do increase after the process of deforestation. Deforestation increased rapidly in the past few decades, and its effects can be seen clearly.
Most of us looks out their windows, they see massive grains of grass and healthy life. But did you know that most other people around the world see cities? All you have to do is just look around. YouTube has built up a huge community to planting 40 million trees by the end of 2021, which I think is an awesome goal. So if you want to join that community, make sure to put some money into Team Trees so they can get to their goal by the end of 2021. I'm sure this won't stop global warming or anything like that, but it will play our part in helping planet Earth become a healthier place because of us. Make sure to support NASA in any way possible so they become a bigger company in the world, so they believe that they can help us with our global problems by introducing a whole new world out in space and introducing us to a healthier life.
The Team Trees community.
Human activities, from pollution to overpopulation, are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. The main cause is a phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere, such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, let the sun's light in, but keep some of the heat from escaping, like the glass walls of a greenhouse. The more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. Human activities, like the burning of fossil fuels, have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. The rapid increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate. While Earth's climate has fluctuated in the past, atmospheric carbon dioxide hasn't reached today's levels in hundreds of thousands of years. Climate change has consequences for our oceans, our weather, our food sources, and our health. Ice sheets, such as Greenland and Antarctica, are melting. The extra water that was once held in glaciers causes sea levels to rise and spills out of the oceans, flooding coastal regions. Warmer temperatures also make weather more extreme. This means not only more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall, but also longer and more frequent droughts. These changes in weather pose challenges. Growing crops becomes more difficult. The areas where plants and animals can live shift, and water supplies are diminished. In addition to creating new agricultural challenges, climate change can directly affect people's physical health. In urban areas, the warmer atmosphere creates an environment that traps and increases the amount of smog. This is because smog contains ozone particles, which increase rapidly at higher temperatures. Exposure to higher levels of smog can cause health problems such as asthma, heart disease, and lung cancer. While the rapid rate of climate change is caused by humans, humans are also the ones who can combat it. If we work to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which don't produce greenhouse gas emissions, we might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change.
The Team Trees community came together from over 200 countries to make a change, and this year we were busy keeping our promise. Even though 2020 saw a few challenges, planting trees is still considered essential. And in total, we planted 7.1 million trees across 6 continents. Let's go see a few sites. In North Carolina and Oregon, we helped upgrade wildlife homes.
We're doing all this vegetation establishment, which will basically kickstart the process in restoring these really important habitats.
In Kenya, Team Trees combated deforestation.
Hopefully in a few years, this whole hillside will be just covered in trees.
And in Mozambique, we restored mangroves.
In Portuguese, we say obrigado, thank you.
Seriously, thank you for continuing to be a part of Team Trees. Because of you, our partners in California and Canada have been able to bring life back to acres destroyed by forest fires. Trees will be able to naturally regenerate in these areas, and a forest will be back way sooner to help suck that carbon out of the atmosphere. By being part of movements like Team Trees, we're able to help our planet take a step in the right direction of recovery. And the 7 million trees we planted this year is just the start. We're planning to put over 14 million trees in the ground in 2021, so be sure to follow along on social for updates.
And if you are interested, make sure to go to teamtrees.org, donate $1 and they will plant 1 tree, and hopefully by the end of 2021 we will have planted 40 million trees, and that will be an awesome accomplishment for the end of 2021 because of this virus. Now, trees give off carbon dioxide and oxygen to let us breathe in and out our mouths and noses. So that is a big part of trees. That's very common, everyone knows that. But the sun, what does the sun do? States of matter happen all around us, evaporation, and a similar thing happens with trees. The carbon in the trees generate oxygen so we can breathe in and out of our noses so we can keep on living. And now, where does the sun come in? The sun is at the perfect distance so it won't burn us, and it will give off enough to give the plants and trees enough heat so it can grow, and nutrients from the water and food so it can grow and germinate and give off oxygen. And you've basically understood how we need oxygen and sunlight, and trees also need nutrients in the soil that they munch up, and that gives them the ability to grow, and the whole process happens over a couple of months, and soon enough there's another tree. Why does food give you energy? Which all has to do with the digestive system, but if you eat food with sugar and carbohydrate, you lose energy. And if you eat fruit and vegetables, your energy level goes higher. And for those of you who don't still understand global warming, here's an excellent video.
The photosynthesized material which is close to the surface in the euphotic zone begins to fall down and is consumed and dissolved, and some of it survives. So this is often called marine snow because it becomes white powdery stuff, and you can see that very little of it makes it to the bottom. So if there is 100% production here, about 90% gets recycled within a couple of 100 meters, maybe 10% makes it below 1 kilometers, and hardly 1% makes it to the bottom.
And basically what that guy was saying is that all the bacteria that are unhealthy for us stays on the top, and all the clean healthy water gets dissolved by the sun, causing the ocean to get warmer and warmer every day. But thanks to communities like Team Trees, we are able to be inspired and help the world for the best. And if this whole thing has scared you, then I think it's good to know that we have actually overcome a lot of bad things that happened to planet Earth, and we've recovered 100% from, let's say, World War II to a whole lot more things, and all we need to do is do that a few more times to help planet Earth become a better place. And in the end, it's all up to you if you want to change, and I think this video is the best way to do it, to create awareness and help you actually know what's going on around you about the world. If you're interested in supporting this video, make sure to support Kids Can Do. He tells you about how plants grow and doing a whole lot of activities to help the growth of the world. If you want to learn more about what I'm talking about in this documentary, go to Natural Geographic or watch some David Attenborough on Netflix. Life in Color is a very good documentary. I highly recommend it. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more information, and I'll see you guys next time.
without substantial change getting the greenhouse gas emissions down. We are on a path to large increases in the planet's temperature. You hear a lot about the progress in reducing the cost of renewable energy to make electricity. But generating electricity isn't the only contributor to climate change. It accounts for only about 25% of all greenhouse gas emissions. With greenhouse gases, you have the electricity sector, but you also have manufacturing, transportation, agriculture, buildings, as well as about 10% from other sources. We need innovation, going out there and finding inventors across all these different areas and understanding their energy R&D activities to make sure that they have a path from their laboratory to scaling up into very large numbers. Agriculture. This is a category that often people forget about. Cows actually emit quite a bit of methane, which is one of the more powerful greenhouse gases. And so inventions like artificial meat may have to play a role here. Buildings. We need to invent different processes in order to get the energy used in running all these buildings down, way down to zero. The path to success is going to require innovation across every one of these sectors. So it is quite daunting. During this century, we not only need to invent all of these things, we actually need to deploy them at massive, massive scale. But in my experience, innovation can do magical things.
And sometimes these things bring up the best in us, and sometimes they bring up the worst in us. But humans have evolved to be pretty resilient, so if we can deal with COVID, we sure can deal with global warming and fix all those problems to make planet Earth a healthier place. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and go to Team Trees and donate some worthy trees, and I'll see you guys next time.